but can't stand to see me walk out the door. Don't try to fight the feeling, cause the thought alone is killing me right now. Thank God for mom and dad for sticking to us together, cause we don't know how. You think you got it, oh, you think you got it, but got it, just don't get it if there's nothing at all. We've been together, oh, we've been together, but separate's always better when there's feelings involved. It's what they say is then what makes love exception. So why my baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure. But does she really wanna, but can't stand to see me walk out the door. Don't try to fight the feeling, cause the thought alone is killing me right now. Thank God for mom and dad for sticking to us together, cause we don't know how.
What's up, cuties? Happy Saturday to each and every one of you. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate you guys. If you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that like button for your girl. I am going to say some quick good mornings. How you doings, grand risings, all of the above. And then we'll go ahead and get started with some hot topics. And Green, how are you? Grand rising to you, sis. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I just got congested a little bit, and it's just because I turned off my central air. Hold on, guys. Child, if it ain't one thing, it's another. Sorry. Give me 1 second. It's a little stuffy. Okay. Let's do this. All right. That'll just get some air circulating. But welcome. Let me scroll back up real quickly. As I mentioned, if you haven't hit the like button, please go ahead and hit the like button. Child, life of a content creator. It feels like you never do enough when you do hours and hours and hours. So I wanted to come to you guys on yesterday, but I was out in them Vegas streets, child. But good morning to Lori. Good morning, Jacqueline. Teresa is here. Hey, Teresa. Welcome, sis. Hey, Rosemary. Cutie crew. We're gonna have to do us a morning brew. We'll get to it. We'll do something. But I'll see you guys tomorrow for is it part 3? Yes, part 3 of the Real Housewives of Atlanta live watch party. And last Thursday night was amazing. We watched the season finale of Divorced Sisters, and then we just had us a girls chat. It was fun. Love my mama. Hello. Ann Green, I got you. Linda Gamble, the legend of the Maz is here. Aunt Debbie is here. Hey, Aunt Debbie. Happy Saturday to you. Bridget J is in the building. Girl, what's going on? Hey, Bridget J. Welcome. Patricia H is in the building. Thank you so very much. You as well. You as well. Philly girl for life. Hey, Philly girl, I'll see you in a couple hours. TB is in the building. Hey, TB. Letitia. Hey, Letitia. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, Teresa. Thank you so much, sis. Let me get back down to this, up to a child. Thank you so much. She is contributing to Philly Girl and I's brunch today. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Okay, couple more. Bama girl. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Saturday to you. IPV. ADDT. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sweet Tea in the building. Hey, Sweet Tea. TNTG Mom. Elizabeth James. Happy Saturday to you, Grand Rising. Tia P, welcome, welcome, welcome. Ty is here. Angie B is here. And I think I got everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. 65 of you currently joining me. As I mentioned, if you're in the bushes, hit the like button. Drop down and join us in some hot topics. I don't know if you guys saw this video that I put up yesterday, but my heart is still broken from this baby that was left in this car, left in the vehicle by DHR, CPS, Child Protection Services, but it was in Birmingham, Alabama, and he was from Bessemer. You guys know we had some Bessemer hillbillies that we used to talk about back in the day. But prayers going up. Look, we'll talk about this cutie crew. I'll add it to one of our discussions because I'm sorry. I blame the parents as well because how did you even get in the predicament that he was in their care? Period. But heartbreaking story, child. Believe it or not. Let me see if she responded because I made sure to pin her comment. Couple new subscribers, and I just want you guys to know. You may not know. I will cuss your arse out. So keep it cute over in the comment section. May want to do a little research. you know. And look, I kind of miss it, so you may get that out of me. But yeah, prayers going up, prayers going up. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. As I mentioned in my title, we got some sizzling Saturday hot topics that I wanted to go over with you guys, and then I'm gonna try to hit up them hot topics day next week, day. But I want to start this off with something that is out in the atmosphere. And Melody Sheree, congratulations to you. Let me go ahead and share this screen, guys. Let me go ahead and share the screen. So I have been seeing over the past couple weeks, I guess, about the child care cartel. And they had like a private screening of this couple days ago. And look, it's a lot of people saying, now, wait a minute now. How tall is Mel? How tall is Mel? First of all, from this picture, it does look like, I don't know. I guess the other that's just off topics. I guess the other ladies are just short. But congratulations going up to executive producer and award-winning producer, business mogul Melody Sheree for Cartel Code Live. I'll go ahead, shout out to the Jasmine brand, and read a little bit of this to you guys. But they are announcing Bossip had a write up. Several people had a write up, and I can't wait to see this. Now, couple weeks ago, or I don't know, a month or so ago, and maybe we were on Patreon, but this is what I'm talking about. And I mentioned that I want to see Mel on the screen again or behind the scenes, and she's doing the damn thing. I don't know about you guys. This is what Black excellence look like. Now I am going to show you guys a post because it's a little drama already over there at the childhood cartel that stumbled across my timeline yesterday, but it's not concerning Melody Sheree. But anyway, Jasmine Brand stated, "We love to see empowered women, empowering other empowered women." Ooh, child, that was a tongue twister. On Wednesday, July 23rd, child care mogul and the executive producer of the child care cartel, Sherry Lovejoy, hosted Cartel Code Live. So they did that in Atlanta. But it's a bold new series that's going to be pulling back the curtain behind Atlanta's elite daycare community. And we're going to get into the daycare community a little bit more in a minute. But that's about the mamas of Shamea and Porsha. Okay. But the entire cast was in attendance. And let's see here. Let me scroll down. Let me scroll down and see the other part that I wanted to read. Okay, so what the show is going to be about, it will explore four charismatic, headstrong business women: Sherry J. White, Janiyah Burke, Keisha Starr Archer, and Sydney Jordan. And it will be exploring them and rising hopefuls who are determined to win as they hustle to build empires built by babies, budgets, and bold decisions with a goal to dominate the competitive childcare industry. So, a lot of people I saw in comment sections, they were saying, "Why childhood cartel? Why that name? Why that name?" And as that last statement just said, it is a competitive and have always been a competitive industry. you know the wording of cartel, we know that what most people will tie that to, but I get it. I get the concept. So congratulations to the ladies. I did have another one of Mel where she posted earlier today. Now this is what makes me think we about to see her in front of the screens again, because she made this post this morning. And this lady, and I went to her page and I forgot just that quick, but her Instagram page is Producer Princess. She's the founder, according to her page, of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And Mel made a post. She said, "Living in abundance, that's my state of mind, my vibration, my soul stature, and my prayer is that all things and people in alignment with me are made clear and our paths cross." And she said that's exactly what happened with producer Princess. She said she is such an amazing, beautiful, sweet, talented soul. Like you can feel the love from her instantaneously. And because she's a veteran boss, already creator of Real Housewives of Atlanta, we both poured so much into each other, could relate on so many levels. And of course, we laughed and cut up too. Now, look, I wish y'all know I'm a tad bit messy. Producer Princess may not be on that, but I would love to hear her story about Carlos King. I wonder if they. Anyway, Mel said to my Melometers, "I am thankful for all of you too. So many of you have rocked with me on my journey. So many of you have fasted and prayed with me and even covered me. So many of you have stood on business and stood on faith. And I'm here to let you know it's not over, baby. Watch me work. Set your alarms, mark your calendar, draw a line if need be, or if you need to, but definitely stay tuned." So yeah, look, that's what made me feel like, will these ladies come together and create something? Is it something already in the works? You know what I mean? I don't know, but take a look. I believe it's music, so I'm not gonna play the audio. I'll play a couple seconds. Take a look. Gotta mute the music, guys. YouTube don't be playing.
Hard work got me living in a burning spot. You got it right if you want it.
Now, when I went through her page,
So if I believe, but I'm afraid
and
to.
I'll go. Okay, so I'm gonna click her page real quick. Producer Princess. Miss Tweety Bird said Producer Princess is amazing, and she also has a clothing line with dealers. Really? Nice, nice, nice. When I first clicked over here, because that's the first that I believe I may have heard her name. I've been um involved in reality TV as far as consuming it for years, probably as with a lot of you. But when I first went through her page, I was like, she kind of looked like Fei Fei, especially this picture right here. She reminds me of Phaedra, you know. But congratulations to her and Melody Cherie. It appears that these ladies are going to put their brains together and come up with something, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. You know. Okay, she was on Bold and Bougie. Maybe that's where Philly Girl. I've seen her face before, but I've actually heard her name as well. You know what I'm saying? And I've been trying to wreck my brain since I saw Mel's post this morning. Like, where do I remember her from? You know, I do. And I know it was Real Housewives of Atlanta, but that wasn't it for me. But anyway, I'm not going to touch on what it appears to have been just a tad bit of drama when it comes to the child care cartel and their premiere. But I saw this yesterday, and it appears that there was a young lady that came uninvited with her children, and this was an adult only event. And Sherry J Lovejoy had to come out and address this. She said it's a one and done, but it looks like they were trying to blame her. But I'm not going to go through all of that. You guys make sure to follow her on Instagram. But she had the receipts. Okay. She had the receipts. And it appears that the situation was worked out, but it went viral. And you know, you got to respect the instructions or the boundaries, or whatever that's set for some of these events. And although she did show that, in spite of the young lady showing up with her children to an adult only event and all of that, she still was very cordial. So this is that interaction right here. And you guys see the kids. So, you know, I read through it, child. So the lady was mad that she couldn't walk the red carpet and all of that. It's like, oh, child, you know. But unfortunately, sometimes, people will try to rain on your parade. That's what I took it as. I took it as, you know, trying to bring drama to something that is totally positive. You know. So, Philly girl, what you say? You say you saw that and the children. Why would some bring kids to an adult affair with no tickets? Right. And I saw that you saw it because I put let me take this off. I saw, and I liked this yesterday. Where it go? But I see your name right here, Philly Girl for Life. So I knew that you had seen the post as well. Let me remove the comments so you can see. But right there, say Philly Girl for Life. So, what are you all's thoughts? What do you think is coming down the pipeline? First of all, when it comes to Melody Cherie and the producer, Princess. Princess is really her name, is Princess Banton Lofters. Um, do you guys think? I wonder if she's still involved at all. You know, I saw that this morning, and I will just be honest. I didn't do any additional research. But I wonder if she's still involved in Real Housewives of Atlanta. As you guys can see in her bio, she is the founder of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Could we see Mel on Real Housewives of Atlanta? I think that Mel, and I think one of you guys told me in one of her lives, she said that she's I guess maybe she does not want to be on screen again. I believe that she mentioned that she was traumatized by the whole reality TV experience. So I don't know if I'll get my dream of seeing Mel back on reality TV. I would love to see on Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's just me. But if she's traumatized, I understand with her not. You know, I make that money, just me, but it is what it is. But what are you all thoughts? Do you think that they'll work on a project where Mel would be behind the scenes? If you have any knowledge of Princess Banton, let me know. while I scroll her page, is she still involved in Real Housewives of Atlanta in any capacity? I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. Hey, Danya. Danya, I woke up thinking about you. I hope you're well. We spoke about you the other night in on Patreon. So I got on my little board here, August 8th for Danya. We'll be waiting for an update, sis. Okay, Cece said, I think she co-hosted on Dish Nation before. You hadn't seen her before. You're talking about Princess, Cece? You're talking about the producer Princess? She was on, okay, so yeah, Philly Girl for Life said that too, that she was on Bad and Bougie. Bad and Bougie. Um, I'm gonna be nosy. I'm gonna be nosy. That was a CK production, and I'm a touch and go on this real quick because I really don't care anymore. Thank goodness. I almost cared. Not as far as the show, but just a conversation about the show and probably at that time a live watch party and all of that. But I'm gonna touch on this. I did see a look clip of Carlos on Dish Nation. If you guys been wondering why I've been talking like I talk, I got Invisaligns. It's hard. Okay. But anyway, I saw a clip of Carlos King on Dish Nation a couple days ago. In my opinion, that was dumb because they played that after the flop of a premiere of that show. But I said this before, I say it again, and I'm gonna move right along. If I were any of them that's on that damn show, they should feel crazy. There is no sit down going through scene by scene by scene, and maybe it's coming of his own shows, and that shows where he's passionate. Carlos could give a damn about LMAH. I did see where he again, in my opinion, tried to take credit for the creation and all of that, and yeah, that was just the name. But that's what put him back on the map. He said that, and we know who put him back on the map. But as far as everybody else on the show, y'all don't get no shine. He over there with Gucci Man's wife and slobbering any details when it comes to Real Housewives of Atlanta. I would feel some type of way. But they give him mediocre, he give them mediocre. It is what it is. That's all. That's it for me. 2 minutes of that. I'm so happy to see us getting together to create something special. Your daughter modeled in 2 of the fashion shows. She's not messy. Okay, you're talking about producer Princess. I saw that and the children. Okay, I read that. Yeah, and look, as I mentioned, it appears that although that was a situation, Sherry Lovejoy, and I'll put that back on the screen, made sure to let it be known that her and the woman that brought the children sat down and they spoke about it. So she said that I believe the lady's name was Carmen. Yes. She said, my call with Carmen today was peaceful, productive, and ended. Oh, it's not on the screen. Hold on. I'll show you guys. All right. So she said, my call with Carmen today was peaceful, productive, and ended in mutual understanding. I'm still shocked to see what's now being said online, especially after conversation filled with grace and resolution. So although Sherry felt like they had some type of resolve, I didn't dig deep because I don't want to. I will be covering the show, but I don't want to just come out with all things drama when it comes to it. But I guess her and Carmen had that conversation, child. And in my opinion, just from scanning through this, Carmen may have still went online and said something because Sherry Lovejoy said, especially after a conversation filled with grace and a resolution, she was shocked at what was being said online. You know? So yeah, Sherry dropped the receipts. So this is the person who invited the lady Carmen. Carmen and the kids showed up to an adult only event, child, in street clothes and bellies out. And no, ma'am. No, ma'am, Carmen. And I'm saying that, not Sherry Lovejoy. But this is Sherry's interaction with Carmen. Carmen's energy. Carmen's energy is, but child, Carmen got a lot going on at this high class event, in my opinion. you know. So we'll keep our eye out and look. I do expect that there will be drama when it comes to this reality TV show, but I didn't want to just come out here and just start with that. So again, we are wishing them success when it comes to that show, and I'll be all up in their business, child. Hey, Jonetta Speaks. Hello, hello, hello. All right. So congratulations again going up to a Melody Sheree, and can't wait to see what's coming down the pipeline with her and producer Princess, with her and D Me, with her and this show. Y'all gonna be watching? Let me know in the chat. Put a one if you're gonna be watching. You guys know I'm loving the live watch parties that we're having, so we'll absolutely do the same. Also, if you can let me know in the chat, because a couple weeks ago we looked at the trailer of a movie that Mel is in, and child, got a lot of the actors from The Wire in it. I love The Wire, so we'll add that to our list as well. And lastly, next Sunday, we will be starting Beauty in Black. And we'll be trying to hit that up, hey Simone, quite often, because the second season starts in September. All right. So if you want to join us over there on Patreon, feel free to click the link. It'll take you over there, and we'll be watching the last part of the reunion tomorrow. And I'm gonna play some audio of that reunion today. Okay, but let me get this off my screen, and let me see what you guys are saying before I move on. Let's see. She's from Jamaica, had a son at 16. She's been on her hustle ever since. Okay, who? Which one, Philly girl? And I'm sorry, I can't read you all's comments in real time. Let's see. Okay, so you did some research and you don't think that she's still associated with Real Housewives of Atlanta. All right, in your research, did you find out if she's still associated with CK? Let me know. I doubt it, child. That's just me. I doubt it. I don't know. Let's see. Couple more. But shout out to you guys. Happy Saturday. All right, I love you, Danya. Not almost cared. Almost cared. Almost. And look, I had to delete my Cutie Crew morning brew from last Saturday. I don't go back and listen to too many of my videos, but yeah, my tone, my spirit, my everything wasn't right. And I came out and let loose just a tad bit. And I'm done. All right, she's okay. I read that. Hey T, go say it if it has to be said. All right, we're gonna move on. Miss Edith, we're gonna get into Shamea's mom, and I read that comment when we get to it. Because as I stated, there is drama already and has been for years when it comes to Porsha and Shamea. And I got a quick question for you guys. Put it in the chat. I'll get to that in a minute. I don't think Porsha and Shamea were ever friends. And what they will discuss tomorrow on that reunion is why. And I made a video about that a couple months ago. The drama of their mamas. I don't think that they were ever friends. All right. And we'll listen to some audio and we'll discuss. But let's get into old Smokey child. Smokey Robinson. No, sir. So we know about a month or so ago, yeah, probably a month and a half ago, it came out that Smokey Robinson was being sued for SA by one of his housekeepers. And since that dropped, the number is now up to 5. What I want to know from you guys, do you believe it? Do you believe it? Do you think that Smokey was inside his home? Wife was there allegedly, and he was carrying on with the housekeepers? Put a one in the chat. But I'll go ahead and read a shout out to Neighborhood Talk. And they said that a fifth woman has stepped forward accusing Motown icon Smokey Robinson of sexual harassment and battery. The unnamed woman reported the allegations, and four other former housekeepers who've also filed criminal complaints, and they all are. So, do they have like a group? Same lawyer and group civil suit. Let me read that last, because I stopped myself before saying it to you guys. But let me read it again. The unnamed woman reported the allegations to the LA County Sheriff's Department, joining four other former housekeepers who've also filed criminal complaints and are currently suing Robinson in a $50 million civil lawsuit. The women, all of whom previously worked at Robinson's lavish former estate, allege a pattern of sexual battery, assault, false imprisonment, and a toxic work environment that led to emotional and financial hardship. So it looks like this may be a class action civil lawsuit. 50 million total. Smokey denied the allegations. He said that they are a part of an extortion scheme, and he countersued the four original accusers. And if he follows this same path that he did before, he's going to be suing this latest one as well. You know, they say that it is a strategic, his attorney, strategic shakedown. And they said that it's one of the risks of being a celebrity that others will take the same approach. All right, was that one for you guys? Think Smokey did it? Smokey. Look, I'll give you guys my thoughts, and we're gonna move on. I'm not gonna stay on this. I absolutely think that it's highly possible. I will give him the benefit of the doubt, and just continue to say allegedly until this plays out in court. But I also have always told you guys how I feel. I feel like criminal charges should always come first. If you're that hurt, if you were violated, if you were this or that, I always have a problem with those that seek money first. That's just me. Oh, child, is Jaha in the building? Hey, Jaha. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. All right, let's see. Any thoughts before we move on? I'll keep my eye out on it, and we shall see. We shall see. I gotta scroll down. Oh, that one was for something else, because now I see a lot of other comments. All right, so you have a problem with the Gabbies of the world. Yvette Bell said they are all trying to get paid, so why did they wait so long to say something? Totally agree. That's my issue. Now, look, that does not say that what they're saying is not true, but yeah, I'm gonna always give you the side eye. A lot of people didn't like my stance that I took when it comes to the whole Cassie situation with Diddy. Yes, we saw DV. I'm not gonna get into that, but you go for the money first. I don't like that. And you know, try to put them paws on me or pow me or whatever as I attempt to escape. But yeah, no, I'm not showing up year after year after year after year after year. Same thing when it applies to these ladies. I'm not showing up year after year after year. And I think that that's what a lot of them do. And then next thing you know is those Stockholm syndrome. Or no, a lot of them enjoyed that lifestyle. A lot of these women, in my opinion, and not victim blaming, yeah, probably enjoyed the lavishness of, because they stayed on the premises and all of that. And again, we'll keep our eye out on it. A lot of times, some of these discussions have to be behind closed doors with the cutie crew. Okay. Simone, you said, oh, wow, this one filed a criminal complaint. I like to hear the details behind their allegations, the other civil allegations. I question the stories include sound familiar, sounds a little far fetched for a 75-year-old man. Yeah, but what we have to realize, Simone, is um he wasn't 75 when they're tried to say the things happened. So yeah, now we can look at Smokey as a 75-year-old man, but Smokey probably was 40, 45, 50. And I'm not saying that he didn't do it, but for me, if you were able to cope and deal for 30 years, continue. So, we'll talk about it. We shall see. Let's flip the script real quickly to oh child, I forgot I had this. Now look, this is just a 10-second. This is a 10-second hit it and quit it. ASAP Rocky, I love you and Rihanna together and your growing family. But if you don't take these little Red Riding Hood ass shoes off, do you guys see these shoes? 191 of you are here. Could your man wear these shoes? I get fashion. I get the need to or want to be different. I get all of that. Could your man wear these shoes? Where Aunt Debbie? Aunt Debbie, could your man wear these shoes? Absolutely not. Baby, what in the little red riding hood is this? He got on some red patent leather with it looks like the white bobby socks. You guys remember the bobby socks? Yes, that's technically what they are, Mary Jane's Philly girl. But you guys remember the bobby socks with the ruffles? Yeah, but other than these shoes, I really do like the man that it appears that ASAP Rocky is. He loves Rihanna, he loves their boys. She's currently pregnant, and he does step out of the norm when it comes to fashion. But now we ain't about to make this a thing. Look, Jonetta speaks, not even Riri shoes. These what we used to wear back in the day, the church child or Easter Sunday. No, sir. So anyway, I don't even know why I saved that. I guess just to get a chuckle. But I'm gonna hit it and quit it with this last one. And then not the last thing that I'm discussing because I do have the Porsha and Shamea, and then we'll go over Simon as well. Draya and Jalen popped out this week. And give me your thoughts in the comments. I have a problem with it because Jalen is 22. Draya's son is 21. We know that Draya has had a baby girl with Jalen Green. And they did a little sit down, where you do a Q&A and they're talking to each other and all of that. I just couldn't get over how young Jalen is, acts, and looked in the video. Yeah, it looked like his toes were scrunched up in that Philly girl. Yvette said, men don't wear those. When did she have a baby, V Jackson? This morning? Today? You said Rihanna had the baby. Child, are you sure about that? I'll take a quick look on my phone. But I don't think that is correct, V Jackson. She's pregnant. So, hold on. Child, see, this is how it is. When you read a comment, it throw you off. And not saying anything bad to you, V Jackson, but no, ma'am, I don't think that she's had the baby yet. I don't even think that she was close to 9 months. Yeah, no. She hasn't had the baby. That must have been AI. I'll bring it up for you after we do this after we go through this Jalen and Draya story. So be careful with a lot of the AI stories. She did not have her baby yet. You say it was on Instagram. Okay. Anyway, the only reason why, look, men do it, I get it, and it's still creepy to me. But most times when folks are adults, it is what it is. My problem with Draya was this boy ain't had no parts of adulthood. He's 22 now. They've been together, I guess, since he was 20, then had a baby and all of that. Yeah, no. I don't get down like that. And I feel like yeah, she's snatching this boy youth. Of course, he slid into Drea's DMs. And this is what the someone will discuss that, and you may want to DM me. And we'll discuss that in another live when it comes to Smokey. But let's take a look. This whole exchange to me was weird. And yeah. We'll take a listen to Draya. And look how he keeps shaking his hair and all of that. This is a little boy. This is a little boy. She should be ashamed of herself.
Who slid into whose DMs first? I just put in your DM. Thank you. Did everyone hear that? That's the story I tell, anyways. Oh, okay. I'm just, just clarifying things.
Now, I don't know why she turning her head and all that. And this is a hit it and quit it. I'm not going to spend time on this. But I wouldn't give a darn if he did slide in your DMs. That don't mean you had to allow him to slide in your draws. That's just me. Anybody got a problem with that? Let me know real quick before I move on, and then I will bring this up for V Jackson. Anybody got a problem with that? She twisting in the chair and turning her head. Thank you for clearing that up. And he slid in my DM. Girl, look, if that young boy did not have a over $100 million contract with the NBA, you would have left him unread. And you know it. You know it. So anyway, I did watch their whole sit down. I believe okay, so yeah, this is AI. I believe that the channel that I watched it on YouTube is Whistle with Draya and Jalen, but still it's a no ma'am for me. It's a no ma'am. Now look, just to show you real quickly, V Jackson, and we're gonna move on to some Real Housewives stuff. Porsha and Shamea's mamas. Ooh, child, messy. But look, it says, yes, Rihanna and ASAP Rocky welcomed their third child, a baby girl, in August of 2025. Can somebody let me know today's date? Can somebody let me know today's date? We ain't even hit August yet. And she did not have her baby. She is still expecting, and I don't know when she's due, but yeah, that was AI. Please believe if Rihanna is one that is like Beyonce. If Rihanna had her baby, it would have gone viral. You know what I mean? So she's still pregnant. It's still in the oven. She's still pregnant. But yeah, no. Old enough to be his mama child. What a hot mess. Or what a hot mess. I totally agree. He is a child. And Flojo said he's a child, and I have a problem. I have a problem with it too. I really do. And look, the girl is a gold digger. Women can be that as well. And it is what it is. But don't come on here and piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. You would have never opened that DM if he wasn't who he was. Also, I'll touch on that and we'll keep it moving. Draya had hired Jalen's then girlfriend. Dog it, I can't think her name, but she used to date Diddy's son, Christian. Draya hired her to be one of her mint swim models and snatched her man. So yes, go away from me with that. She's a professional industry pass around. This is part of her retirement plan. You know it. You know it. Now, the first baby daddy to the son that's 21, I think, that happened when she was a teenager and it's unknown. Second baby daddy, Orlando, can't think of his last name, former NFL player. And yeah, then she snagged Jalen. So she going to at least get this child support child for the next 18 years. But my question is, where's Jalen's mama and aunties and sisters? And I think that goes to what we talk about a lot, that a lot of times we talked about it with DDG's mama. A lot of times when the sons are the breadwinners and has given these moms a life that they've never experienced, they don't check them on anything, They don't. They don't. So yeah. This is what Draya need. She need that Jackie Christie slap, child. Oh, I loved it. Okay. But let's go ahead and get into Porsha and Shamea, because this is only just a quick little power hour. But I'm going to try to play this audio from my phone. And then we will also listen to Charles Oakley. Charles Oakley came out swanging when it comes to this whole reunion, and I love it. I love it. I know a lot of you aren't fans of Charles, and Debbie, you'll be able to hear what Charles had to say when it comes to his interaction with his wife when we watch tomorrow, because I know you especially just didn't like the way he treated Angela. He gets into that. But Porsha and Shamea spoke on a couple things. The downfall of their friendship, and a little history of where all of this bad blood started with them. And this is why I have on this thumbnail, were they ever friends? Why did I put the question marks like that? Why did I do that? I think I was going to do a separate video. I don't know. But anyway, I don't think that Porsha and Shamea were ever friends because of the bad blood between the mothers. So I'm going to play this audio for you guys, and I'm gonna play it from my phone. We'll see if it's allowed to remain, because Bravo do not play. But I want you guys to take a listen. So Porsha revealed that Shamea's mama purchased Miss Diane's daycare behind her back immediately after it went into foreclosure. I'm going to have a question about that after we finish the audio on if Shamea's mama was a bad friend for doing that. So take a listen and then we'll discuss.
Yeah, that was really sweet. And she continued her share campaign right after that. I did not. You fighting with me. Why you fighting with me? Because you're lying. Saying she did something egregious to your mom. She like, why are you picking on my mom? Charles never. And anytime I ask me about your mom, I say, that's not my business. Her mom, they were best friends. They were both in the childcare industry, and they both, gave tips to each other back and forth. My mom, without her location, was going under foreclosure, and her mom went behind my mom's back, and she bought it as soon as it went on foreclosure. That's true. Stop. This is how my mom found out that her mom bought her best friend's business when we drove past it, and they were taking down my.
Child, what happened? Okay, well, anyway, I'll tell you guys the rest. I was playing that from my phone. Okay, as long as you guys were able to hear it, okay, because I should have hooked my phone up to a Bluetooth. But in a nutshell, Porsha stated that Shamea's mama did Miss Diane dirty. As soon as Porsha's mother's childcare business, and that's why I said this goes back to the whole childcare cartel. But as soon as Porsha's mama lost, and it's gonna be my question to you guys, lost the building and it went into foreclosure, Shamea's mama went and purchased it. She didn't say anything to Porsha's mama. She didn't call and say, look, girl, I think I'm about that. None of that. And then at the end, where it just cut off, Porsha said that how they found out about it was they removed Porsha's mother's billboard and put Shamea's mama's billboard up. Okay. In that clip, and we'll see it tomorrow, Shamea also said that there's more that happened. And I'm just going to say, allegedly, in my opinion only, I heard that there was some type of Negro involved back in the day when it comes to Porsha and Shamea's mamas. But my question to you guys, and then we'll get into Charles Oakley, and then we'll be out of here. My question to you guys is this. Okay, hibiscus rose. That was going to be my question. Is it dirty? Is what Shamea's mother did to Portia's mom, was that dirty? If they claim to have been friends, do you think it was dirty? Or do you think, look, this is business? You lost the business. It was in foreclosure and it's fair game. So I think that this is going to be one where there's going to be a mixed opinions, but Hibiscus Rose said it's dirty. Yvette said, why can't they both just be separate from what your moms have going on? It was for sale and anyone can buy it. That is true, Yvette. But the question is, look, I saw over there in the comment section, it said that if Shamea's mom was a real true friend, number one, she would have told Portia's mother that she was going to buy it. And number two, depending on the level of friendship, she would have said, look, girl, I'm going to help you out. How much you need to save your business? Would any of you do that? So that's why I don't think that they were ever friends, because I think that their friendship was built on this bad blood of the mamas. You know? Let's see. Hey, Fatu. Nope, it's business. Okay. Angie B said, I would have discussed it with her, knowing the friendship between the daughters. Look, Angie B, not only the friendship between the daughters, let me take a sip of water. They were friends. The mamas were friends. So, yeah, I would have had a discussion. You know what I mean? And again, based on the level of friendship, if I had it like that, and I mean this, and this was one of my, I guess it's levels to friendships, but if it was one of my best friends and I knew that they were going through financial issues, and what I would possibly, they say don't loan, if you loan somebody, just give it to them, but what I would possibly loan that person would help them, and I had it, and it's not going to put me in any financial restraints, you know what I'm saying, myself, I would have given my friend that. I would have discussed it. Okay. Miss Edith said, from what I understand, foreclosure doesn't happen overnight, and a period of time had passed. If Portia mom didn't own the building and didn't pay her bills, is business. Yes. And see how we flip-flopping though? Because Mama V, you say it's dirty. I feel like it's dirty, but I also feel like it's business. I think, based off of what Portia said, that they found out about this when they removed Miss Diane's billboard and put up Shamea's mama. I think that's scandalous. I think that's dirty. But I also agree with those of you in the comments that's saying, look, this is business. And Mrs. Edith, you are absolutely correct. You know, foreclosure is not like you miss a mortgage payment and then the next month is foreclosure. So there had to have been some months that passed. You personally would have had a conversation with her. Thank you, Patricia. Me too. Although it's business, I would have had a conversation as well. All right, but since they were friends, they should have discussed it. Yep. She should have told Portia's mom that she was going to buy it. Absolutely. Okay, a couple more. Hey, Brittany Janae. But tomorrow, when we're watching on Patreon, we'll be able to see, because I don't know, Shamea said it a little lapdogish, a little puppyish, you know, not like a big dog. But Andy said something like, was there something else? And Shamea said, yeah, and what else happened would blow the roof off or something like that. That's why I think it's a Negro that was involved in the downfall of their relationship between the mamas. Plus, I heard that before. All right, Lula B said, yes, that was dirty. I would have told my friend, Miss Diane has a right to kick her to the curb. Philly Girl for Life said it was okay to buy the property. She should have told her friend what she was planning to do. Facts. If it was done behind Miss Diane's back, then it was dirty. Totally agree. Totally agree. Simone says you always go into other details, but we did speak about that. And yeah, but this part that we're talking about, sis, is the friendship of Porsha and Shamea. Was it built on the pain of the friendship that they mothers no longer have? You know? As far as the baby and all of that, you guys do a search on my YouTube page. Go to my videos, do a search and just put in Porsha. It'll bring up all the videos with Porsha, and what Simone has in the comments is in there. All right, Porsha and Diane are one and the same. Neither takes accountability. It's dirty. I would give my friend the money to keep the business. Yeah. Now Bondi Blue was over there on this in the comment section, and she made a good point. She said, would it have been better if some other person purchased the property? If I can't do something, I'm not going to be mad at them for taking the opportunity. All of this is true. All of this is true. However, for me, yeah, she could have given her a heads up. She could have given her a heads up. All right. That's dirty. Business is business, but there are ways you deal with a friend. Period. Point blank. Friends are friends. Why go behind her back? The foreclosure came after 9/11 when parents were staying home. That's dirty. All right, Sammy. Hi, Sammy. Ooh, child. Oh, child, Sammy come out the gate swinging. Sammy, I ain't seen you in a while, child. You say F Porsha and her mama. I wouldn't tell her ish because I believe they weren't friends. Hence why Shamea mama didn't say. Well, that's not true because they were friends. Porsha and Shamea acknowledged that the mamas was friends. So I know that, myself included. We have our own feelings about some of these folks and what they had going on. But a lot of times we just got to go by what they say. And they admitted that the mothers were friends. To me, if you were friends, you should have said something. Now, if, let's say before, and I'm going to say this and then we're going to move on because I ain't even expect child. It's 57 minutes. We good. If allegedly a Negro came in between Porsha's mama and Shamea's mama, and their friendship ended fair. And then after that, Shamea's mama purchased that building. Then that's a totally different situation. But from how it's been out here, they were still friends. And she just didn't tell her and she swiped it up, you know? So we'll continue. I'm sure that we will be talking more about this tomorrow over there on Patreon. Sweet Tea said, I think Shamea's mom was dirty. I think she was dirty. We will never know, but that's what I just said, Philly girl. If they were friends, and that's what's being said, that they were still friends, then absolutely it was wrong, in my opinion. If they weren't, that's a different story. If they had already fallen out and gone their separate ways, then that's a different story. But we'll talk about it more tomorrow. Let's go ahead and get into old Simon. Child. Simon over there in Nigeria still giving interviews when it comes to Porsha. Simon said that, look, I offered Porsha basically the same thing that she was awarded before we even went through the court system. The only thing is he wanted to do her like he did Fallon. I'm going to give you some money for this house and go ahead on about your business. Porsha didn't do that. So let's take a listen to what Simon had to say. Simon is back in Nigeria. He didn't left Dubai. But shout out to Michele A.T. Elian. And let's take a listen, guys.
I find ironic is that what my ex-wife is seeking was offered to her within the first month of filing for divorce. I offered her to give her half the equity in that house. provided that she leaves the house immediately.
Leave the house immediately. And Porsha said no. We're going to listen to some more, but look, there is no offer when there's a prenup. If you agreed to this in the prenup, yeah, keep your offer. And that's what Porsha told him. Let's continue.
That I would pay her half the equity in that home. She declined it. And I feel the reason she declined it is because she wanted to film in the house. Our home is very important.
All right, let me mute that part, child. Hold on. What are you guys' thoughts on Simon so far? While they're playing this part of Real Housewives of Atlanta, I'm muted. Okay, let me go back to the interview.
Part of the plan.
So him now.
Oh, child, come on now.
Divorce, collect alimony, live in the house for 3 years, at my expense. I get it. Which I find ironic.
All right. In a nutshell, Simon mad Porsha's still in that house. That's what it's been. And that's what it's been for Simon from jump, because anytime that man felt comfortable enough saying, I keep a U-Haul truck outside to move my wives out when I'm done with them, I would have moved the way Porsha has moved as well. Call it what you want to call it. That man signed a prenup. And yeah, it is what it is. So just because he offered Porsha 50% of the equity of that home, if she moved out immediately, she didn't want to. And the reason why is because she had that prenup where you stated you were going to do otherwise. Simon said he signed that prenup because he felt like that would have been 5 years, 7 years down the line. Hold on, because I do have a little bit more notes. He said he didn't feel like it would just come that quick. Simon also said, let me put it where he's back on the screen. Hold on. That's Porsha and Miss Diane, child, chilling in the house. All right. So I'll go over and Aunt Debbie. That's it. That's all. She out slick the slick stuff. And I'm here for it. I know this has been a hot topic. I know a lot of people feel like Porsha never loved that man. Guess what? Simon didn't love Porsha either. Simon loved Porsha's looks, her celebrity in Atlanta. And yeah, it is what it is. No pity for either one of them when it comes to that. But there was a big debate. I wish I had a picture of Simon here, but I don't. So I'm just going to leave this up. There was a big debate that when Porsha, Tanya, and Lauren went over to Simon and Fallon's home, myself included, felt like that was not the first time. It was awkward, the fist bumps and all of that. And Simon said that, look, that was really the first time that they had spoken to each other. He cleared that up. He said, now, Real Housewives of Atlanta, the production crew and all of that, they did film at one of his bars in Atlanta. So he had seen Porsha. But other than that, he told Michele ATLian, yeah, no, that was the first time. So that's to clear that up. Now, I don't know if I believe it, but it is what it is. Simon also tried to blame it on the alcohol, child. He said that he said when Porsha jumped down in his DMs, when he was, he was out here like he was with Porsha, but a little bit worse at that time with Fallon. She was pregnant by another man. So I got Simon then. Well, Porsha, Game should have recognized Game Simon. Porsha dropped in Simon's DMs and said, I'm praying for you or whatever. That's how they started talking. And he said that he was over in Costa Rica sipping tequila and he just got pulled in. And he said, this is interesting. And then he responded back to Porsha, and it is what it is since then. He asked her at that time, so he's trying to also clear up Porsha and Shamea on if Shamea set Porsha and Simon up. Hold on. So Simon said when he did reach back out to Porsha, he asked her where she was at the time, and she said her and Shamea were at the St. Regis. So he said that he don't know if it was Shamea that was like telling Porsha, girl, DM him. But he was just trying to clear that up. But basically, Shamea did not set them up, but he kind of sort of thinks that she's the one that pushed Porsha to DM him. What else he say? He said that their first date that they ever had, Porsha and Simon, was with Shamea and her husband. Let's see. He spoke on that prenup. And look, a lot of people have been asking, do you think that Porsha is ever gonna see that $40K a month? And Simon basically made it clear, and this is petty, and I know he's gonna do it. He said he will exhaust all of his legal challenges by appeal before he pay a penny. So I don't know how that's going to play out. Do Porsha got the money for the mortgage over there or what? But yeah, he said no, he's going to exhaust all means and appeal. How can he do this from Nigeria? I guess his lawyers still live here, whatever, child. I don't know. All right. And then lastly on this, and we'll get into Chas, just a couple more. Oh, he shaded Porsha, child. He said that Porsha's only skill set was being in front of the cameras. He shaded her. And it's a part 2 that's coming, but he shaded it. He said, you know, I was a businessman. I had this going on, that going on. And her only skill set was being in front of the cameras. He also said in his prior relationships, he fully owned all of the homes. And the women, ex-wives, had to leave in 90 days. And he wanted the same for Porsha. He actually said that out of his mouth. Collect your money and be gone, just like Fallon. He said he paid Fallon for a whole year every month, in spite of her having a new baby and a boyfriend. But when he said go, she was out of there. And like Aunt Debbie said, Porsha out slick the slickster. What else? Said that Porsha should have come into this marriage with good faith. And he said that he's not going to be quiet and he will keep talking. So it is what it is, child. I have absolutely zero pity for Simon. And like Philly Girl said, they were using each other. Let me scroll up. I think Simone said something. Let me scroll up and we're going to keep it. Okay, a lot of you guys saying, look, he a bitter man. All right, well, we will, we'll see tomorrow when we watch. Simon is a bitter man. Simon is still clout chasing. Porsha said once bitten, twice shy. She wasn't falling for the okie doke, period. Nanny said Simon is on the same BS, talking soft and ish. He's a clown. Yeah, that would have annoyed me. You know, he does have one of them soft voice. You know, you better say he bitter as well. Oh, Brittany Janae. No, ma'am, not Yoda. Y'all mean. Simon wants a moment. Simon said, sounds so funny. It always reminds me of the game. Yeah, I had put that in a title of a video a couple weeks ago, child. I think I had to change it for some reason. But let's see. Shamea parents have been married over 40 years. Where is a man coming in between them coming from? That's what was out in those streets, Simone. So everything is alleged. Yeah, that's what was out there. So everything I'm saying, I don't know a damn thing because I don't know them. Okay. couple more, and we not out of here. We on to the next. Porsha was on a mission with Simon. It wasn't going to take a push from anyone. Porsha wanted that lifestyle, and Simon was her way into it. I agree, but Mrs. Edith, let's not forget that when it comes to this lifestyle, she had it herself. Simon didn't find Porsha living in a apartment in the hood. Porsha had been on this show, Real Housewives of Atlanta, for years. Was making had a multi-million-dollar contract for years. had her own home and all of that for years. And I just don't want to give Simon all of that. Like he came in and swooped up. Now, is it a heightened lifestyle? Does he have a tad bit more than Porsha? Yes, but it's not like she didn't have a lifestyle, you know? And he used her for her lifestyle as well. Can you agree, Mrs. Edith? Let me know. Let me know. Okay. Simon gets married for sport. Portia already had the lifestyle. She just found someone else to pay for it. That's what I'm talking about. Unique, a Monique. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm not, look, that could be said for Fallon, that Simon rescued her, gave her a life that she wasn't used to. That could be said for probably his kids' mamas. And I think that Simon thought that he was just going to have that same success when it comes to Porsha, and absolutely not. He gets nothing from me. Nothing. Okay. I am going to just put this up on the screen. Well, hold on. But I'm going to play it from my phone. Okay. So, I'm not going to play that part. I'm going to play something else. Hold on. Shoot. Which phone do I have it up already? Hold on, guys. Shout out to you guys. 228 of you. Hit the like button for me. And I think this is it. Charles checks Shamea. We'll listen to this audio. And look, I'm glad that he said it because I think this applies to Porsha as well. Shamea said that she knew Charles. And she met him before. And Charles checked and said, look, you didn't meet me. I was there. So just because you happen to be at an event and you see Michael Jordan and Charles Oakley and whomever else, that don't mean that you personally met them. I love when he said that. And I think that applies to Phaedra as well. But let's go ahead and take a listen.
Charles, have you watched this season? Yes, I watched some shows. How do you feel Angela did on the show? I think she did great. She cried a couple times, but just telling, hey, you jumped in the pool, you gotta know how to swim. Charles, there were a lot of moments where Angela would be saying to you, do you miss me? And you were kind of holding back a little bit.
Listen up,
which
on
I think
Debbie.
led to a perception among some viewers that you don't care for her very much. You're like kids. I'm not the guy who just
Listen
be
up,
all
on
over
Debbie.
Angela on TV. I don't try to put on for cameras. And she know I love her, and I wouldn't be if I didn't love her and the kids. So, hey, keep watching. I give it up to you, man of your profile especially. I mean, you showed up for her over and over. You're my husband, and I put have her back and thick and thin. So that's what it is. A lot of the ladies mentioned that they didn't know. Charles, have you watched the season?
Okay.
The ladies
Keep
mentioned
listening.
that they didn't know that you were married. Were you hiding that you had a wife? No, I hiding. I don't know who's married either. I hear that all the time. I hear a lot of people say I'm in the streets. A lot of people say they know me but don't know me. Shamea, I met her for the first time on the show, but she said she was at Dominique wedding, and I was there.
No, I met you several times.
Where?
You might not know me. I mean, obviously,
Right,
I met you, but okay, one second. I met you at Nick's wedding.
No.
And at
No. Meet me. I was there. That's not me.
I can't wait to see that. I hope you guys heard it. I'll start with the last part. Dominique Wilkins, one of my favorites, chocolate drop from back in the day, NBA player. Charles Oakley was at the wedding. Shamea was at the wedding. And Shamea said, I met you at Dominique's wedding. Charles Oakley let it be known. You didn't meet me. I was there. And there is a big difference. And for her to come on the show and say, yeah, I know Charles. I met Charles and all of that. Just because you're in the same space, that don't mean that you actually met the person. I also love what he had to say about Angela. Look, reality TV is not Charles's thing. But he said that he showed up for his wife. It's not his thing. He said he's not going to put on for the cameras. And I think that that's why. And we got to also remember Charles is, number one, a man. But number two, up in age per se. And yeah, I don't think that he was down for all that he knew that this show would bring. But look, he stood his ground to me. I love when he told them, look, everybody worrying about why I'm married, what's going on with my marriage. Where y'all husbands at? So I like Charles. Debbie, we'll discuss tomorrow. We'll discuss tomorrow. But yeah, and everybody is just not lovey-dovey. You know what I mean? Charles is lovey-dovey, and all of that. Anyway, I just wanted you guys to hear it. Let's see. Coco Lee said he's seen smitten with Porsha. Maybe he's mad he lost one of the baddest chicks in ATL. She cleaned him up, looking 15 years younger. Now, kind of pawpaw looking. Yeah, he is. You talking about Simon. Back looking like a pawpaw child. Baby, Porsha was using that damn Photoshop and all of that when it comes to Simon. But even in person, like in their videos and all of that, Simon looked much better when he was with Porsha. He did. All right. She definitely had bad intentions because why marry someone who's been married 4 times before her? Well, that can also apply to him. Why marry someone when you know you've been married 4 times before? Does the blame totally lie with Porsha? Simon looks younger than Charles, though. You think so? Look, I just think that Charles embraced his white hair. And yeah, I don't know about that child. I wish I had that one up of Simon. I don't know about that, Shasha. I like him. I can't judge him. I like Charles too. All right, last comment. But why Angela would know he's not lovey-dovey? Why would Angela be seeking a lovey-dovey effect if that's not him? That's why people didn't like how he treated her. Good point. And Teresa, look, I think that Angela absolutely knows her husband. Angela, how could you not? Angela absolutely knows that, yeah, that's not his love language. But I think also that with her coming on this show, she may have wanted other people to see that out of him. So this is not new to me with Angela and Charles. And I do think that he loved her. He said, look, he said that in that clip that we just heard. I love her. I'm going to protect her. That's my wife. I believe all of that. You know what I mean? I do. I do. But that's an excellent point. I think that she wanted that to be seen on TV. And Charles, like, dude, we don't operate like this. So I'll end it with this. What you put up with is what you end up with. So, Teresa, if she was putting up with Charles not being lovey-dovey all these years that they've been married, yeah, that's what he is. What you put up with is what you end up with. Let me get this off my screen. All right, I gotta go, guys. Philly Girl and I will be hanging out in a couple hours, and I gotta get myself together. So I appreciate each and every one of you. We got up to about 250 on this early Saturday morning. Shout out to the replay, gang yang. I appreciate you guys. Shout out to my cutie mods. Love you guys. Shout out to the cutie crew. We will be having some cutie crew topics of the day. I'll try to do a cutie crew afternoon brew or so. I don't know. I'm working on this calendar, child. But shout out to the cutie crew. I will see you guys over on Patreon tomorrow. I may see you guys back on YouTube tomorrow as well, based off of what comes out. And actually, I may see you guys for a late night Saturday Night Live. So make sure you're subscribed. Click that notification bell because, yeah, I may do a late night. I may end up doing a late night live tonight. We shall see. We shall see. But the Patreon link is in the chat. If you want to join us on Patreon, click that. If you want to join the Cutie Crew, you can click this. Cutie Crew Invades Vegas is coming up in September. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. Lastly, I can't find it. That means, girl, take your ass on. I can't find what I was looking for. So anyway, I may be back later on tonight. We shall see. Yes, Philly girl, I'll see you at 4 p.m. For sure, for sure. Yes, Aunt Debbie. A room book. We're gonna talk about that cutie crew. We'll talk about all of that, just the progress of where everyone is. But get your rooms booked, okay? Good night, Lula B. You can agree. Thank you, Miss Dee Dee. Thank you. And I'm not good night. Have a great day, Alula B. All right. I'm out of here, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this Saturday morning live. I'll see you guys probably next Saturday morning as well, but throughout the week, as I mentioned. Okay. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. And you guys know when I pause, I'm looking for a video. And I'll chat with you guys soon. Bye.
Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT. Chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT.